Okay, number Kaf. So he said, "V'alkein shalach Yaakov le'Esav, ku amar." So he says, etc. Im loven garti ve'echer ad ato. The darshan of the Sariog mitzvos shemarti. This is what he's saying. He says, I guarded, I kept the 613 mitzvos. Ve'yihi li shor v'chamor v'tzon. Then he says, I have all these things. Now, what does that mean? Hana sheshalach le'esav she'ein lo od koach. The katreg alav, that he stood, the energy of the accusations that were generated have lost their energy. Ki gavar kaim kol Torah kula, because I've already fulfilled all of the Torah. Beis hashmira, as I was guarding. What did I guard? Kasharmat son loven, the kasher kol hitzonius alapinimius v'al yedei zeh. I think there should be a period. V'ki li shor, and as a result of that, then I have all this physicality. Now, just read the words one more time in the interest of trying to get to his real point here. He wants to say that I guarded son. What is son? He's saying that the background, this is what I try to develop this idea. In psychology, it's a concept called the Gestalt. The Gestalt is the figure and the background. So psychologically, you say a person has problems. So really, he's usually looking always at the figure. You know, somebody bothered him, somebody's in his way, something like that, something physical like that. That's the zone of loving. But there's also Gestalt. The access to the Gestalt is at the background. Is that we're like in a play here, that we're planted into this play world, and the world keeps turning, and whatever it is, we're born into it. The background is the seichel sheyesh b'chol davar. These things are in our lives only appear because of the seichel. And he wants to say that we have the ability, if we look at it, to penetrate the zone of loving, to guard that place and not be sucked into the physical life. Because what happens with the zone is in those days, make a lot of money from it, because they made the wool and so on and so forth. They had meat, they had everything they wanted at big camps. But he looked beyond, he was able to see that's just really a prop. It's just really the actors out there, the physicality, that behind that, he says, the koich l'kakter, you can't really say anything to me because I have been with the Torah and watching the zone of loving. They're on the outside. Ala Torah chukula be'esa shmira k'sheshamet zone loving, the kasher called the chitzonius, that all that, the zone loving, all that whole life, through the panemius, and through this, vehi li shor v'chamor. I naturally, the sort are between Hashem, or the seichel sheyesh b'chol davar, and me, and he's able to penetrate that. Vehi li daika, and this is mine. Ki Yaakov hu ba'atzma chasech. This is what he says. He became one with the mind. He was able to see the mind and tie all things together to that Yaakov, that who Yaakov is. So he says, this is our father, this is what we are, the Jewish people. And we've seen, just I want to put on a sidelight, that a lot of the things that reading out of Breslov is about, if we look at our Jewish people, and the whole Jewish people, not just the ones in yeshivas and etc., but all the Jewish people, the ones that are on the sidelines that don't know anything. We are all one people, and Hashem knows the world. This is what I've seen. The world knows the world as for what it is, and that it's a very difficult place, and that everybody is not made the same. And so He loves us all anyway, because even in the smallest place, this is at least what I'm garnering from Reb Meyer Yitzchok Meyer Morgenstern. He gathers it all together. We're all part of one thing. This is what we have to concentrate on Shavuos, which is coming now. That's why it's kind of a theme that he's working on. So he did this completely. He's able to see the gestalt and everything. Meaning beyond the physicality, he's able to understand that we're all in emotion and not just to pay attention only to the physical stuff. So he was able to see the shorish in all of it. Ein lo his rhyme. So there's nothing more for you to criticize me about. This is nothing physical that we're talking about. This is something beyond it. This is where you see there's an elevation of the importance, really, as he's really talking about the very first Torah of Rabbi Nachman, that this is the way that Chen works. This is where we actually gain our strength. Etzel, all of this physicality. That, it's no wonder that the man from Spain who's the head of the UN right now hates Jews. I mean, there's nothing new about that one. Okay, so I'm sending you this to tell to my man limso chen in order to find chen over there. What's the chen? So it was said previously, the chen, which is a gematria 58, which is Ozen. But at any rate, he says, and a big part of the name Noach. So he says, so that what you see, what you want to be able, you would be able to see that there's chen beyond, there's a connection beyond all of this. Because that's what the Torah is able to do. It's like the Torah is like, let's say, a thread. And it's able to bind all the different parts of these separate different hafrados, these distinctions between everything. And be able to put the ches together with the nun, to make over there the aspect of chen. And then all of them become nullified in relationship to it. Because why? Because we can connect. We have the ability to connect to the seichel sheyesh b'chol davar. That seichel is the mind. The mind. I see that Rabbi Morgenstern likes to use the word I. It's the anochi. He said in the things I read this week that it's the master I. There is only really one I. Now that's interesting. And all of them are nullified to that I. If you can see that I. So this, he enumerated it when they ran into it, when they met. So this is right. He's always talking about the Gestalt. He says that the Seichel, that's the Yitzriyesh B'chol Davar, he says that's where it is. So, which is us. And he's extended down into the part of the chen all the way through us. All of us have this. That's what we're Jewish people are able to do as a result of learning Torah. If they have a way in, that is the way in, keeping the Torah, trying to do your best. So therefore, we all can see what's behind it. We can see what's behind you. We can see all the way making of the world and how the world has to work. And you're in it. You're part of it. And we're looking at it too. But we're looking at the shorish. Okay, so let's just, we have just a few minutes left. Let's see if we could do the first parak here. This is a longer piece, so it takes some time to go through it. But I see that this is Reb Nosson showing us it's right there for us. We have to work on it. So the parsha about Parah Duma is right next to the parsha of Korach. So why would you put these two together? These are terrible machlokas, and then you have this. Well, let's see. Who lo yoda chok para aduma tihia kapara gedola or Yisrael. I mean, don't we know that this para aduma is a tremendous kapara for the Jewish people, that we become tameh, we could become purified. I could move a biyuko the Raveni. He says Ein Sham. He says Ki Parach Aduma Ma'asecha B'chutz. You don't do it in the temple. It has to be done outside. Okay, Ki Metaheres Mitumas Meis. So therefore, because it deals with the most outside part, let's see what he means. He says Mitumas Meis. He says that that's what it can do. It can remove the tumor of the mace from you. It's a terrible tumor. And why is it? Because that's what the dead body means. It's an ultimate panemios gone. There's a period between the panemios, and now all that's left is a body. Because that's the main thing we want to talk about. Misa. So therefore we see that the Chitzonium really have ultimate control of this, because it's all now bereft of Panemius. Which is the Panemius? The Panemius is that ability, which is that part of it, of the Gestalt that's beyond the pure physical. So it has the ability to make everything Tom. Okay, so therefore, it deals with outside things, the things that are gone, things that are away from us, away from Panemius, I guess. He metaheris kolamakomis kitzonis, and specifically it comes, and it metaher kolamakomis kitzonim, magureshes akizazim misham ad sheyesh lo kulo koach, until there's a power here in this paraduma. The Tachar Matumas Mace, that it is, that his words are, it's a daika shehi meteheres kol makomas gitzonim umagoreshes, that's the word, and she sends away achizasim misham ad sheyesh lo koach l'tachar Matumas Mace. But lekain be'emes mitzvahs paraduma, so therefore it comes out like this, that the mitzvah, the paraduma, hi paliyah gadoyla, it's really a wonderful thing, wondrous thing. So chukah is lashon of what? Carving something in. He said, but on this it says, Amarti bechachma. I said that I will become wise, but you know what? To become wise and to be able to reach, this is what he wants to say, I think also, that you want to reach the seichel, sheyesh b'chol davar, echachma, that I want to reach the chachma there. He rechoka b'meni. But it's not so close by. You have to fight through, or let's say, I know if it's fight, that's not the right word, but you have to be able to manage the Kitzonius that's all around you. And he said that's a metaphor for the paraduma, which comes to be Matahir. Maybe it gives you a definition a little bit of what Tuma, a little bit more feeling for what Tuma actually is. Okay, that's it today. Thanks so much for giving me the time to learn with you, Rabbi. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go to.